Hi guys, this is Sarah here from the Crafty Coterie, and I just wanted to do a video while I was working on a project, kind of just a tip, something that I do, and I thought maybe others would be interested. I'm working on my retrospection album, which is a very large, full, regular 12 by 12 album that Kathy Orda did a tutorial for, and you can see these are giant pieces. These are just huge pieces. I think they're 13 by 14. So it's thick cardboard or chipboard, but it needs to be really doubled. So I wanted to show you how I double up my chipboard when I need to, and I like this method because it's neat and it helps me to get all my pieces straight and they don't slip. So I've already done this one, and you can see here, I just did it, and so it's not completely dry, but you can see that the pieces lined up very well. There's no seepage or anything of glue, and I did use glue, so I want to show you my method. I used tape and glue. So I used the Sookwing tape, and then I also used this Eileen's tacky glue, and I'll show you how I do it. First of all, I take my piece that I'm going to glue, put the glue on, and I put a border around of the tape all the way around. And then you want to take your burnishing tool, your bone folder, and you want to burnish this very well. So really, really get in there and push hard, because you want this to be tight to the chipboard. You want it to adhere very well. So do that all the way around. And the reason that I put the tape on is that before I put the glue on, and then I'll put glue all through here. The reason I do that is because it does two things for me. One, it allows me to take these two pieces and to get them lined up perfectly. So what I'll do usually is I'll stand them up on their end like this, apart from each other, and I'll get them really close, and then I will smush them together like that. So I can get a perfect edge right away. And then when I lay it down, you know, a lot of times if you have glue in here, when you lay it down and you start smushing like that, everything starts to slip, and these two pieces will start sliding apart like that, and then you'll end up with an edge that's off. And sometimes it's very difficult to get them back together exactly perfect the way they were before, because the glue has just created so much adhesion that it won't move anymore once it gets settled, and the friction has pushed it together so far it won't budge. So what the tape allows me to do is get the edge perfect right away, and then it also keeps the glue from seeping out along the edge, which really isn't a huge deal, but depending on what you're going to do with your chipboard pieces, this is going to be covered all around, so it doesn't really matter even if it gets glue on the outside. It's not really going to mess up anything if it does, but sometimes if you're going to work on the raw chipboard, you don't want the glue to come through onto the outside, because if you try to use something like you know, a distressing or a stain, if you try to put a stain over where the glue was, it's not going to take. You're going to notice a difference. You'll see when you put the stain down, it'll seep into the chipboard, but it's just going to sit on top of the glue, and it's not going to look very smooth. You're going to definitely see where the glue is. So anyway, that's my tip, and I'll go ahead and demonstrate it here for you. I'll show you what I do. So I would go ahead and take off all the backing on my tape. And again, just make sure that you have burnished this very well, because you want it to stick down. Don't want any of it coming up. So like that. And then you can really get in there with the glue, and you don't need a ton of glue, but you know, you definitely want coverage. If you get it too wet, it can warp the board. So don't go insane and get it too wet. But the glue will make it so much stronger than just using tape. I like the tape, but the glue, when it dries hard. And obviously the tape is flexible. It's just a film. So you want that, for something like this anyway, for something like an album cover, because that's what this is going to be, you want the extra strength from the glue. But too much glue will warp it, so just be cautious. This is probably pretty good. See, you can get right along the edge and it's not going to seep out, which is nice. Okay, so here it is. It's got the glue on it. So what I'll do now is I'll take my two pieces and I will line them up, get them close. And then I'll just go ahead and smush all the edges together. That way the tape is down, the tape is stuck together, it's not going anywhere. The boards are not going to move or slip at all. Oops, sorry about that. And then just come back in here and really burnish it. You want this glue to stick to both sides, and you want it stuck down very well. So you just want to really, really, really rub it. Burnish. There you have it. And then just lay these pieces out to dry and you'll be good to go. Make sure you lay them somewhere flat. This piece actually, another reason I like to use the tape, these two pieces had gotten bent, and when I pulled them out of the box that I bent, actually you can kind of see it a little bit. See how this curves right here? This was really bent. It was pretty far over. One of the nice things is I took the two pieces, and the way the curves were like this, were like this. So I took them and I backed them up to each other like this so that it would straighten the curves out. And it straightened them out pretty well. So that's another benefit of using the tape, is that the tension will actually work for you. And if I would have just used glue, they would have just kept coming apart. They would not have stuck together unless I'd clamped them or something like that. And in using too much glue, they would have warped even more. So that's another benefit to using the tape on the outer rim. Anyway, that's my tip for the day. Hope you find it useful. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing, like the video, like my channel, and visit us over on Facebook at The Crafty Coterie and on the website at www.craftycoterie.com. Thanks!